Well, it would appear that everything is live. I am the Sarcastic Sloth, and welcome to my stream. Just allow the chat to fill up a little bit. But yeah, just basically a quick one because I haven't done a video in about a week. I've been off sick, and but mind you, it's not like I'm very consistent either at the same time. I'm just pretty lazy. Oh, you're right there. You, is it? You, beauty heathen, pagan and tarot channel. Hello, how's it going? Hey, everybody. How are y'all doing? I don't know why I said that in an American way, but there we go. Very sloth-like, yeah. Yeah, no, I was sick, Shanoa. Yeah, basically for the first time in maybe even years, I had a kick up of the old Fabry disease flare up, so that sucked. And it was kind of weird actually, because I did have my what do you call it? Vaccine, heroin, no, vaccine last week. So it was a bit of a weird one because it happened the night after I got that done. So I have a feeling maybe it was something to do with that, but I don't want to say because I'm not a doctor. Not like up to spec on that, but it is kind of weird how that happened literally the day after. It's not to say I'm not going to have the second one, but you know, it just didn't expect that really. It kicked my ass for a few days, so that was fun. Oh, you right there, Shayna? I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm hoping I'm getting it right. If I'm really croaky as well, apologies. Hey Smudge, how are you? And Rain, remember to hit the. Oh no, I was going to say, I don't need to hit that. You need to hit that. Has the flare gone down? Yeah, it has. It has gone down somewhat. Like my hands were like super purple before because I get it pretty badly in my hands and my feet. So that's sort of gone down somewhat. But yeah, just kicked my ass really, to be honest. And like I say, I'm not really used to it at all. It's not like the old days where I used to have it all the time. But yeah. Oh, Ziley, I'm not talking to you. Why are you here? Why are you here? Are you casting crazy aspersions on me and my dog? No, it's all good. Shanoa, oh, that's a shame. Has the flare gone down? I had a horrible flare last week. I was in the hospital. Bloody hell. Well, yeah, I mean, luckily I didn't have to go to the hospital, but that's just because I'm so used to, well, I'm just used to dealing with my thing now. You know, I had it all my life, but I've known about it since I was like 10, and then I was diagnosed since I was like 23. Oh, was that 10 years ago? Fucking hell, man. That's nuts, isn't it? That's not fun. Okay. Let's have a look here. Sir, good sir. Why are you setting up your baby? Listen, right? I'm not setting up Jess. She is a sock thief. That is what she does. I don't know like how you're under any other impression just because of those eyebrows and she looks cute as fuck. Do not be suckered in to her bullshit, okay? She's super cute, but she loves socks. She loves stealing socks. When she comes in the evening, because she always like to go to my parents' room, she has to go past my room. So she comes in and she usually like nicks off with one of my socks then, but she didn't do tonight. Let's catch up here. There's the mint chocolate hater. I don't like it either. I think mint chocolate's bullshit, man. Why would you have mint chocolate when you could just have chocolate? That doesn't make any sense. I like your gauges. Oh, yeah. I forget they're in sometimes. Yeah. Thank you. They used to be bigger. They used to be, I think it was like 24 mil, and now they're 16 because, you know, as I got older, pussied out, I guess. 23-year-old me would be shaking his head at me right now, I'll tell you what. I hate, no, loathe mint chocolate ice cream. Yeah, that's a bit of a trend, isn't it, at the moment? And now we've got a mint chocolate war here. There was a foot attached to that shoe. One photo, and that's look. It's fucking tiny. This screen, man. I can't see everything. I don't have to explain myself to you, Xylee, for Christ's sake. If you care about it so much, go make your own fucking video. Yeah. uh, agree. Just have chocolate. Exactly. You know, Shayna speaks sense. So you all need to adhere. Okay, you're officially cancelled. I was cancelled ages ago, man. How can you be cancelled if you haven't even begun? So you need you need to have something to have cancelled. So I'm just a dickhead who talks into a microphone in his room. So um, you're just trying to get back on a good side with the mint slander. No, that's literally how I feel. But then I just like chocolate ice cream anyway. Like I don't fuck about with any other flavor. So, but I am boring. So that's that is always to be taken into consideration. So let's have a catch up here. Chocolate is better with uts. Do you mean nuts? Is that a joke in itself? Is there some kind of subversive joke going on there? Nuts are good, yeah. So there we go. Um, I like almonds and chocolate. We're just naming food. Okay, cool. Delesbo, cool name. Hi. I'm so weird. Pistachio ice cream is my favorite. Um, is that because it's green? Because I've noticed you seem to have an affinity for green things, so I'm assuming that's probably what that's down to. She only eats green food. Um, thanks for the cool name. Well, it's a cool name. I'm gonna say it like I see it, aren't I? But oh my days, right? So obviously there's been a lot going on with Shane Dawson recently. It wouldn't be my video if I wasn't gonna diss him a little bit. But did you guys happen to see that video of him spitting in that dude's face? His little mate, Drew, I think his name is, or something. Who I only know who he is because I watched a video on Shane's what the fuck was that movie called? Like Not Cool or something to do with cool. I think it was that. I watched like a review of that and like the behind the scenes and saw what a shithead he was back then. So yeah, obviously he's an empath now. But yeah, when he spat in his friend Drew, yeah, that's it. Um I had like this weird thing where like I almost got like I went zoom into Drew. I was like, I would fucking killed him, man, if he did that to me. If a stranger did that, then I would see red. But if my friend did that, whoa, man, I would have kicked off so hard. Like he wouldn't. Yeah, like it actually is pissing me off because like spitting is just the grimmest thing anyway. Like if like I hate just when you see people walking around spitting anyway, one of the things about football that I don't like, as well as the fact that it's boring as fuck, but is the fact that they're always gobbing all over the place or always like, and it's just the grossest thing. And to see him just like, and you could see like the little mechanics. He's like, "Oh, anything for the views, for the algorithm. Yes, this will be hilarious because I'm a comedy genius. Everyone like lets me fucking do whatever I want and suck on my balls." And it's just, just he really gets on my wick, man. I hope he never gets his comeback. Fuck that dude's comeback, man. Like to hell. It's just. But the thing is, his sycophants are always going to now. This is like me on a soapbox about Shane Dawson being a shithead, but his sycophants will always give him a comeback because they'll always welcome him because he's that kind of guy where he's a master following over a certain amount of time, and if people are like freaking their nut over slime, then they're gonna Do you know what I mean? "I don't care. He's spotting his friend, but they're friends." Like, it's like, yeah, but Drew's clearly only just put up with that because he feels that he has to, because there's some kind of weird, like, master apprentice dynamic thing going on, and he's just trying to, you know, "Oh, well, I better not upset the master so that, like, he can get the views for his channel that he's allowed me to go on." Pathetic, man. Not Drew, just the situation, because it's just fucking rank, man. The fact that someone thinks that they can do that to someone, total LA as well. I just want to say that. That's just like a physical metaphor for how they all treat each other over there, basically. Just like, oh well, if it's for content, then spit in my face. It's like, or I will spit in your face even. So just rancid, man. Absolutely. I think he's a disgusting human being. If you didn't already get that from my many videos on the subject, I remember when I first started doing it, and I was like, listen, he's a piece of shit, but if he just comes to terms with it all, then, and like makes amends in whatever way he can, then I used to be a lot softer when I first started doing videos. Now I'm like, fuck him, man. Fuck him. I don't care about that dude. I don't care about his career. Well, obviously I do to an extent because I'm talking about it, but like whether or not it does well, that's what I don't care about. But yeah, let's catch up on this. Green, green, green. I'm a tank engine. Choo choo. Sweet. um, yeah, not cool. Was the movie? Yeah, I don't know, man. The fact that that movie even got made is kind of mind bending to me in the first place. But yeah, he spit in his face. Definitely. Maybe one to Wretch, 100% disgusting, absolutely disgusting. Like, I don't know. Am I surprised by someone who like made like a really racist, anti-Semitic, like cartoon of his friend, and then got her to see that on the board and had the camera there? And it's like, what do you think of that? I drew that. That's sick, isn't it? That's you. That is. That's you. What do you think of that? And she's like, oh yeah, this is horrible. Because she's got a camera in her face. And what can you do when you've got someone with that kind of YouTube power around? Or at least that's what they think. If that was over here, man, that's the difference between like maybe over here and over there. It's like I can't see any Brit putting up with that shit for love nor money. Like, so, oh, you spit in my fucking face, mate. What? I'm gonna smash your fucking head in. You just don't put up with that kind of crap, man. Um, You're right, it's very Hollywood. It's total Hollywood. Absolutely Hollywood. There would be a permanent scars on him. If he ever tried that with me, absolutely smudge. Absolutely. Um, Lol, me too. I'm mad for Anna. Was that her name? The anti-Semitic cartoon girl. I don't want to call it a cartoon. Cartoons are supposed to be fun, man. Illustration. Put it that way. He ruined the whole thing for her. He ruined it for a lot of people. Ruined a lot of things for a lot of people, that guy. Thoughts on Boris Johnson currently? He's a twat. I feel if you're looking for like some kind of sound political well thought out structure, no, he's a Tory piece of shit. I don't like him. Straight up. I'm not gonna pretend for one single second. The thing is, America's got rid of their like stupid head, you know, idiot running things, and we've still got ours. So that's fun, isn't it? But I don't rate many of them anyway. That behind the scenes reality show on his movie was disgusting. He was so rude to everyone. 100%. He was just rancid. Like, you don't just act like that to people, man. That you're supposed to be, they're supposed to be working with you or working. You'd think that, like, I don't know, just you you just treat people how you want to be treated. But maybe that is just me being very naive. I remember when I was younger, I was a lot more like, I don't know, just hardcore. And then the older I get, I'm like, oh, surely, like, just can't we all just be sound? And then it's like, no, you can't, because a lot of people are dickheads, and you need to not be taken advantage of at the same time. But I don't know, maybe it just wears on you the older you get. I don't know. boggles my mind that he got Zachary Quinto to work with him on that movie. Yeah, right, innit? Actually, you're talking about Spock, right? Innit? Yeah, that's actually really weird. But I heard, didn't he hate him or something like that? Like Zachary thought that Shane Dawson was a bit of a dickhead, so he saw what everyone else sees now. People think my name is nice. Yeah, it's a cool name. I said. Um, no, the movie Not Cool was produced for a contest. A contest. She was who? Right. Okay, I'm misreading that somehow. She was who competed against Shane. Oh, right. Okay, Anna. She lost because he used. Oh no, I get what you mean now. Yeah, yeah, right. I'm with you. Um, yeah, because he just had the YouTube fame. I remember that. Yeah, and unfortunately, people will sort of go down for a watered down product purely because it's got fame attached to it. That's just unfortunately what it is at the end of the day. Um, this has got to be the year now, 2021, where we can't be surprised by anything. It's just like, people doing things for views and money and, making wrong decisions and all of this. It's just surely by now we must know that's just what they do. The masses, that is. Um, to win the contest, even though her movie was way better. I saw like a comparison of the two. I didn't actually watch. I definitely didn't watch his in full. I didn't watch hers in full either, but I saw a comparison, and there was like a talk about it. It seemed like hers was much better in that case. His was just like sort of every crap teen movie I remember from my youth, sort of wrapped together into one and just shat out basically. So there was like no substance. It was just all the nutrition was gone. It's just all waste. I don't get um that was pretty graphic, but yeah, that's just what I think of it. It was just an awful movie, man. I also watched someone who um they had a look at all of his videos, all of his movies, um, and like his horror ones are so much worse as well. It's so bad, man. It's like it's hard to fuck up a horror movie that badly, but yeah, he managed it, and then some. It was only for a contest. He didn't get to pick. He didn't get to pick the contestants, and he did hate him and refused to have his name attached to his. Oh, Zachary again. Yeah, that's the thing. I go off on a tangent and I'll come back and I'm like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, oh yeah, that thing that I started talking about, and then now I'm doing a Pulp Fiction, and I'm like 6 stories amalgamated into one now. Um, was this before or after Heroes? I'm not sure, Smudge. If you'll want to check out Anna's movie, it's called Holidaysburg. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, nice painting on the back. That's not a painting, actually. That's a photograph that a friend of mine did. You might be able to see the watermark there. Mordecai Photography. Yeah, he's awesome. He's been all over the world. I think he's living over in I think it's Thailand now. But yeah, he went up and shot the Aurora Borealis and all of that kind of stuff. And yeah, he does really cool photography. But yeah, I got that for free. um and it's on the canvas. Yeah, it's really cool, actually, really cool. I'm not sure where that is. I don't know, somewhere in Wales. Anyway, he's a Michael Myers, Adam Sandler, etc. wannabe. Yeah, it's funny actually. You bring up Michael Myers now that you say that, because I was having this thought the other day, right? So a while ago, me and okay, oh, that's it. I was talking about how like 80s movies, not all of them, but like in general, seem to age better than 90s movies do, and especially 90s movies where it's sort of like comedy character based, if you know what I mean. And Mike Myers, right? So I love Wayne's World. It still stands up. I think it's hilarious. I know exactly what I'm going to get. I've seen it a bunch of different times, but I still find it funny. Not belly laugh like I used to, but if it's on, I'll watch it. Um, Austin Powers was one of those movies that back in the day everyone freaked out over, right? And everyone thought it was the funniest thing. Yeah, baby, and like Americans thought we all talked like that and shit. And it was just everyone knew about it, everyone watched it, everyone was quoting it, everyone thought it was the funniest thing. That movie is so unwatchable to me now. It's so fucking bad. I can't believe I even entertained it. It wasn't like one of my all-time favorites by any means, but it's just I remember like me and my friends too. We were because it was like a Mike Myers day, and we were like, "Oh, okay, so Austin Powers is on now, and Wayne's World is on afterwards. So we'll watch that. That'll be great." So we'll sit through Austin Powers first, and we did not laugh a single solitary time. Even the bit where I thought that was always going to get me because uh, you know I found it really funny at the time was when this guy, like this guard, is like stuck in something. I can't remember what, and a steamroller's coming at him. And he's like, "No, no!" And it's going on for ages and ages, and the steamroller's taking forever. He's like, "Get out of the way! Get out of the way!" He's like, "No, no!" And then, and then it runs over. And like my thinking of it is funnier than me actually watching it. No, and then he runs him over, and then they do the whole thing where they tell the dudes, the nameless guy's family and all of this because the joke is all of the henchmen in James Bond are like nameless and no one fucking cares who they are, and that's why they keep dying, sort of thing. And just neither of us laughed. And as soon as it finished, me and Stu just looked over at each other and went, "Well, never fucking watching that again. Never again, man." And then I was like, "Oh, this is so bad. So is Wayne's World going to be the same?" But no, I still stood up. It was great, and that was, and I'll say this, even though I don't smoke anymore, with Austin Powers, I had smoked a colossal amount of weed that day. So if I was going to find it funny, I was going to fucking find it funny then, and I didn't. So it was ridiculous, man. Let's have a look here. Get caught up. Um, oh, I think there was a delay. I'll try to be more specific with my comments. There's probably not a delay. It's just the delay is my chatting. So don't worry. That's cool. Nice. Wait, y'all don't talk like that. Oh, what were we talking about? Austin Powers? Do you like Austin Powers? Okay. All right. Sorry, I used to think you were cool, man. What happened to you? No, I have a different sense of humor than most. I never really cared for Austin Powers. Yeah, it's just it's very mainstream, wasn't it? Oh, I can't watch them anymore either. They are brutal now. Have you ever seen Master of Disguise? No, I don't think so. That's who Shane wanted to be. Dana Carvey. No, I've no heard of them. I am turtle enough for the Turtle Club. Okay. Have I missed something? I don't know. Yes, you are. Laugh my fucking ass off. I love you, Chanel. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, Austin Powers is shit to sum that up. Oh, just I'm not sure if everyone would have seen it, but at least even if I did no videos last week, on the Monday I did do a podcast, and it was for my friend's podcast, The Real Nubian on Twitter, and it's called "Let Me Tell You What I Know." So go and check that out on Spotify. That's just us two talking about. Like, it started off as like internet drama, and then yeah, it went off into pretty much anything and everything. So, and yes, people seem to enjoy it. So go check it out. I was actually bricking it up until it came out because I was like, oh my god, is this? Because like the people that she'd had on before sounded very, very learned people, talking about ancient history and like pagan rituals and just all sorts of really bizarre topics, and I was like, "Oh, so what, am I gonna just go on and talk about Shane Dawson being a dickhead, am I?" So, I don't know, I just was like, "Oh god." But yeah, people seem to enjoy it, so if you wanna check it out, Let Me Tell You What I Know is the name. If you have me on Twitter, at the Sloth, then I'll pop a link up on there. But yeah, check it out. Check out the podcast, all the episodes, because yeah, she's a beast, man, and she's funny. She's super funny as well. Um, but yeah, that was my first time doing a podcast, which was really, because this is weird, right? What you got to understand. So a podcast is easier because then you can, like, you're talking to someone and you're being offset with someone, and you can go, oh well, that's just sparked something off. So then we'll go down this route. This is a little bit weirder. So it's even weirder when I'm doing a video and you're just talking at a camera, and you sort of have to animate yourself and make it a little bit more, um, because if I was just like, yeah, some mad shit happened, check this out, which some people do. Some people definitely do that and get 20 million followers doing it. But we're not bitter here. No, I'm joking. But yeah, you try to be animated and everything, but you are self animating for the purpose of what you're trying to put across. Whereas doing a podcast, yeah, it seems a lot more fun. So it's something that I'm more open to do, or maybe I'll try and see if I can do some panels and shit like in the future. But yeah, go check it out. Like I said, Let Me Tell You What I Know. It was a good, yeah, it was a good experience, man. It was a good experience. Although what I will say is, right, if you're going to listen to it, okay, um, bear in mind there is a weird, there's a bit of a time delay. Because I was listening to it back because I'm a narcissist. I had to listen to myself, of course, and I was like, I don't remember talking over her as much as I am, but there's a weird time delay, and you can see it. Like if you listen out to the very end, it gets to the point where, like, I'm answering a question in full, and then she asks. So it doesn't like detract from the whole thing. It's just like as it goes on, I guess there's a bit of a sync issue with it. But yeah, I'm not a prick. I'm not just talking over her the whole time. I'm not just like, yeah, listen to my fucking stories. So silence, you know. Which yeah, maybe it sounds worse because obviously I've what do you call it? Um, yeah, I don't know. You're just hard on yourself, sort of thing, when you're doing something new. Um, let's have a little look here. Michael Myers is like Jim Carrey to me. They literally play the same characters in movies. True. In fact, it's funny, right? So those kinds of guys are always their stuff that I like the most is always totally different from anything that they've done. So, like, take for instance Will Ferrell. Yeah, I like Step Brothers. Probably liked it more when I was younger and stuff. But my favorite thing that he's ever been in was Stranger Than Fiction because it's nothing like anything else that he's done. And he's acting in it. He's not just like, "Hey, I'm the fucking wacky guy." He's like actually acting in it. And it's a wicked movie. Dustin Hoffman. I think Queen Latifah's in it as well, and can't remember what the person who the writer. Anyway, it's a fucking wicked movie. Everything Must Go is another one that Will Ferrell did that I thought was really good. Another example of those kinds of guys doing movies that I prefer over their regular stuff is shit, what's her name? Steve Carell, Little Miss Sunshine, Dan in Real Life. Just whenever he's doing something a little bit different. I haven't seen that one where I think he's been like beaten up or something like that, and then he's like trying to tell the story through these dolls. I think it's made by the guys who did Forrest Gump. Another example would be Ben Stiller in The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. I love anything where, like, comedians, right? They seem to do a lot a lot better with me when they're not doing strictly comedic stuff, and there's still something funny to it, but you know, I think those kinds of movies just sort of suit them a little bit better. It's like with Robin Williams, yeah, he's funny, but when he does serious stuff like Goodwill Hunting, 1 Hour Photo. Fuck, I mean, he's got like a huge list, doesn't he? So I can't really just go all the way down. Jim Carrey, yeah, number 24. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Yeah, plenty of films like those. Comedians can do really well if they're not just like pigeonholed. They do really well in those kinds of movies. Let's catch up. Let's catch up. He also looked up to Michael Myers. Oh yeah. I missed out that bit. I'll make sure to check out the podcast. Thank you. I haven't had a chance to finish the podcast yet. Yeah, it was a bit of a long one. I didn't realize how long we went on for, to be fair. Dude, you're awesome. So glad I have met you on here, truly, even if you are mean at the baby. I'm not mean to Jess. And just qualify, because not everyone's going to know who you're talking about. She's referring to my dog Jess, who's a sock thief. She is a sock thief. I just posted a photo of her with a nicked sock. Listen, it's not my fault if you can't handle the fucking truth, okay? I love Steve Carell. Yeah, he's a beast. He's an absolute beast. Jim Carrey had a lot more range than he got credit for. He was typecast into the over-the-top roles. Yeah, well, that's the thing, and I think that's maybe why he's doing what he does now, where he's just like, listen, I'm not going to be this guy that you think I am all the time. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to do what I want to do. And people find that weird and people find that freaky. I don't understand everything that he comes out with, but you know, I think it's cool that he's doing that. He's not hurting anyone. He just wants to paint and be a bit weird. Fair enough. Like, wouldn't we all? I think that was the name. But it was a serious role, yeah. While we are on the topic of films, favorite movie. Ooh, I can tell you the movie that sort of got me into movies. Well, obviously, you know, watching them, but like when I was younger, I used to be like proper. Used to have like a huge DVD collection before I realized that I could just, you know, well, everything's online, isn't it? Basically, um, but yeah, it was probably Jurassic Park was the first like serious movie. Serious, but you get what I mean. The first movie that wasn't like a Disney movie when I was a kid, because I'm 33. That would have been 93. I saw that in the cinema. My old man took me to go see it because I really wanted to see it. I used to be obsessed with dinosaurs because I used to be like really obsessive about shit when I was a kid, and that was the big one. And I remember just thinking, this is like real, man. This is so real. And to this day, it's still to me that looks better than Jurassic World. You know what I mean? The only time when Jurassic Park hasn't looked the best is when I've seen a Blu-ray version of it, and then it sort of puts too much of a sheen over it, so it does look a little bit fake, like the CGI. But if you watch it, like, you know, just sort of the old DVD quality, definitely the VHS quality, but if the old DVD quality, then yeah, it's totally legit, man. Absolutely legit. Um, and you know, the characters are amazing. Um, everything is. It has a dude getting eaten off the toilet, and it's the lawyer. So you're like, fuck off, bro. Like, it's just has everything that you want. Where's the goat? Where is that goat? Don't look up. You know, it's yeah. I love that movie, but I mean, there's so many movies that I enjoy. Um, Funnily enough, I haven't watched a lot of shit recently. I did get back into American Horror Story recently, which which is cool. I'm on Hotel. I think I'm like the last episode of Hotel, so don't write anything about it. But yeah, I do need to really catch up because I love that. Like Robin Williams and What Dreams May Come. So sad. I don't think I've seen that one actually. Agreed. 24 was so good. Love Robin Williams, of course, of course. He's a bloody well, he was a bloody genius. It seems like doesn't seem like that long ago, but it's been fucking ages ago. The real sarcastic sloth video coming soon. You know, If you want to give me some shine by doing a video, you fill your boots silently. Just remember, I have all the receipts. That's all you need to know. Um, I like Jim Carrey too in Liar Lie. That's a wicked movie. That's Claw, yeah. I haven't seen that in years, man. You mean my sister used to watch that all the time. Um, I watched that a lot as a kid. Yeah, it's a total kids movie in that way. Just checked in. It was a movie. The movie is 23. The number 23. Yeah. That's my husband's favorite too. I was close, but no cigar. He was too obsessed with dinosaurs. Me, yeah, yeah, I was super obsessed with dinosaurs. um, Still am. My favorite movie was Natural Born Killers. What, when you were a kid? Fucking hell, man. That explains a couple of things, mind. Yeah. No, it's a wicked movie. I haven't seen that in a really long time. Written by Quentin Tarantino. Although a movie that was written by Quentin Tarantino but wasn't done by him, I think it was done by Tony Scott, would be that I preferred was be True Romance. I fucking love that movie. That is sick. I could watch that daily. Um, it was a wicked movie. My favorite movie is The Labyrinth. Yes, I watched that the other day. Actually, I went on a bit of a mad one because I watched like Never-Ending Story and all of that as well. Labyrinth, Dark Crystal. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. Then the Goonies and the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah, wicked movies. Did you know that Jurassic Park doesn't actually use a lot of CGI? In fact, only 4 or 5 minutes of the 14 to 15-minute total minutes of dinosaur scenes were entirely computer generated. Yeah, so it would be like when I remember specifically when the T-Rex is sort of chasing after the Jeep, because I saw the behind the scenes, and then the opening scene when he's like, "Welcome to Jurassic Park," and you see all of the brachiosauruses and pachycephalosauruses and all the rest of them going through the water. They move in herds. Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, it didn't use that much, and I think that's why it's so legit. Is because they actually did use. Am I going to be just talking about Jurassic Park now? Because they did actually use, um, the um, animatronics, and I mean, it just looks cool. It's the way they move. It's awesome. Not when I was a kid, damn it. True Romance is amazing. It absolutely is. All of the visual effects were created using Stan Winston's various physical dinosaur models. Oh, we got a hardcore. You know the names of the guy who did the models. Shit, we got a hardcore one in our midst. Bow down. I was obsessed with the Crow in my teens. I think we all were to an extent. Where if you have a bit of like a gothy side for sure. When I was younger, I like that kind of stuff. I still watch like Tim Burton-y shit still, but it's more because it's like, again, it's a nostalgia thing, isn't it? But yeah, I can't think of. Well, the sad thing about The Crow is because I used to be really obsessed with martial arts when I was a kid. So obviously, I love Bruce Lee, and obviously that's Bruce Lee's son, and there's that whole tragic story about how he died on the set, and so I didn't watch it too much. But one of those things, when I watched the Joker or like the trailer for the Joker in the Dark Knight, I was like, this reminds me of something, man. And then I went back and I watched The Crow, and I was like, ah, there it is. Yeah, I can see where Heath Ledger got a lot of his mannerisms as well as a lot of that he created himself. But yeah, it was pretty cool that he took something like that and sort of put his own spin and brought it to a new scene, as it were. Um, I was dinner time. Oh, bye bye. Have you ever seen The Never-Ending Story? Yeah, I literally watched it the other day. That's why I tweeted out Falcor, because they're always going, Falcor, Atreyu, Falcor at the end. After the nothing fucks everything up. Never-Ending Story is the one. Um, everyone's saying Tarada Shinoa. Favorite film was Karate Kid. Sick, man. Got to be the original. I haven't actually watched the remake because I was like, it's not really worth it, is it? Let's be fair. Do you like the new TV show? Oh, is there a Karate Kid? Oh, the Cobra Kai. No, I've not seen that. I've not checked it out. I've heard it's like cheesy, but kind of fun at the same time. So it might be worth a shout. But my list of things to watch is just so bloody extensive. I've still got to finish off fucking Deadwood. I was like, keep getting to like halfway through season 3, and I just don't for some reason. Then I have to go back and watch all of it because I forget, and then I'm like, then I'm just halfway through season 3 every time. Don't know why. Um, I don't know if I have a favorite movie. I think it changes. I think if you're like fully into movies, then it tends to change, unless there's sort of like the movie that sparks it all off for you, and then there's like a rotation, as it were. Bloody hell, has it been 40 minutes already? I'll count it at an hour. Um, I only came on here to because I haven't done one in a while. I just have a little chat and stuff. Um, and yeah, with movies, it's so hard to sort of pin one down unless there's just like the one that you watched constantly when you were a kid. So for me, it would be Jurassic Park. Um, the 2009 remake looked a bit half-assed. Oh, we're talking about Karate Kid, are we? With my oh, okay, yeah. My favorite movies are so mood dependent. I also need genre or decade to narrow it down. Yeah, there should be categories. Well, there's movie genres, I guess. But yeah. Okay, so favorite horror movie. Go. Write down which one your one is. That would be a hard one. That would be a hard one for me actually, because I actually went on a bit of a horror movie binge recently. So so it's funny, right? So with my my old housemates, when I say recently, it was not last year, but the year before. But um, I downloaded all of the Nightmare on Elm Street, all of the Halloweens, all of the basically every Children of the Corn, which I fucking hate Children of the Corn, but more because. Well, let me say, right, it's not that I hate Children of the Corn. It's not the best they're not the best movies, obviously. I think it's more because kids called, like, Malachi and fucking Eli and shit like that in a field of corn, just I don't wanna go near that. This freaks me out, man, like, more so than a psycho in a mask. I can rather the psychopath in the mask any day of the week than just lots of, like, you know, freaky kids out in the fucking cornfields. Um, um, but yeah, one thing I noticed though is with the old movies. Oh, did anyone? I totally blocked this out of my memory. Actually, with Halloween, the third one didn't even have Mike. Yeah, that fucking guy, Mike. No, didn't have Michael. Oh shit, what's his name? Mike Myers? No, Michael Myers. Mike Myers is the actor. I'm spinning out now, but you know who I'm talking about. um, but yeah, so the third Halloween movie didn't even have any of that in. It was all about like a computer program like taking over shit. It was bizarre. I think probably thinking about it now, the one that I've watched recently, I was like, actually, that really fucking stands up. Is Hellraiser, like the first Hellraiser? That's some freaky shit. That's like genuinely freaky to this day. Oh, and the first thing, that one stands up too, even in Blu-ray. Um, favorite horror, First Instinct is always The Shining. Yeah. Oh, see, I was thinking more like slasher horror. Yeah, The Shining's awesome. I also love The Cabin in the Woods. Oh, yeah, that's the dude who did Buffy, innit? Oh, I can't remember his bloody name. But yeah, Cabin in the Wood was good. Hush. I don't think I've seen that one actually. No, I watched The Cube again. Actually, that was a. I forgot how proper 90s that one is. But yeah, that one stands up. See, a lot of horror movies from the 90s stand up still, but yeah, I don't know. Just certain genres of 90s movies just don't really sort of stand up. Maybe it's on the 90s curtains. I don't know. Most recent movie I watched was The Belko Experiment. I've not heard of that at all. Who's in that? Um, I just rewatch Hellraiser a few months ago. Rewatched. The first one was so much cheesier than I remember. Oh yeah, it's cheesy, but like the bit when like he's like coming through the floor and stuff. Oh man, yeah, it's Joss Whedon. That's who it is. Nice one, May. Yeah, Cabin in the Woods is good. The good one about that was because I sat down with my old housemate years and years and years ago, and she was like, "Oh," because usually I got the remote control because I had I just knew movies and they didn't, and so they were like, "Leave it to you to pick stuff for us to watch." And she's like, "Oh, Sloth, can you can we watch this? Because um, I got it from I think she got it from like the pound shop or some shit. But I think it's really good. I've got a feeling that it's really good." And I was like, "Really? You got it from okay? Well, check it out. Yeah, why not?" And so we popped it in. We're like, "Oh, this is actually all right. This is like a decent horror." And then there's the bit where you figure it out, and you're like, "Oh shit, man!" And then it turns into a proper Joss Whedon film. So, yeah, that was good, man. I still love the Hellraiser movie when the guy shoots CDs out of his face. Yeah. I think that's what you like about like just older horror movies in general, is they're freaky, but there's like an element of fun. Whereas like now it's just all supposed to be like just how much gore can we possibly fit into every single second of this bloody movie? And when that first started to be the case, when you like Hostel and Saw and all of that before Saw 50 came out or whatever the fuck number they're on now, um, that was you know it was because it was something that you weren't seeing at that point. It was just like unmitigated like gore. You're like, fucking hell, man, this is pretty gnarly. And then yeah, it just sort of that's just how they all are. Karma, hey Karma, how's it going? Livy VR, I haven't seen you in ages. How's it going? Yeah, I decided to pull my finger out and do a stream. I don't know why actually. I just was bored. I guess. I hadn't done a video in a week, so thought, fuck it, I'll come and chat to some people. And yeah, quite a few more people than I thought were going to come along came along. So we're doing favorite horror movie. So you guys let me know, Karmatics and Lily V Karma. What your favorite horror movie is. Okay, Belko Experiment was 90 people in a building and somehow explosive microchips had had the style of kill or be killed, kind of like the Purge. That sounds like a battle royale mixed with that scene in The Running Man when he's like that dude runs away and his fucking head explodes. I'll have to check it out though. Balco Experiment. I'll write that down actually because I'm not going to rely on my memory. It's just not going to happen. Talk amongst yourselves. Cool. Let's have a look here. I like a good scare. I don't like gore for the sake of gore. I can't stand gratuitous violence. You and me both. I love the psychological, the psychological horror. Like Seven is sick. Seven is such a sick movie, man. Yes. What is in that box? You don't want to know. You don't want to know, Brad Pitt. Just Just go, leave the box, fuck the box. Just let Morgan Freeman tell you everything will be okay. No, it's Seven is wicked. I love Seven, but I love like murder mystery type stuff. I know that's like quite a heavy side of murder mystery, I guess, but yeah, it's wicked. Seven is so good. I'm so glad you said that. I love Seven. Um, okay, Exorcist. Exorcist is wicked. Insidious. Do you know what? I've never seen that. That's actually on my list. I've got it downloaded, but I've not watched it yet. I don't know why. I don't know why. Um, good you. I just saw you were online and so thought to join. I don't watch horror movie unless I want to not sleep for the next month. Okay, I'll let you off this one, but when we come to the next genre, then you gotta kick in then at least. Alien, but would that be more of a sci-fi or sci-fi horror? I'd claim that as sci-fi, to be honest. And if you're going to subgenre it, then put it in the sci-fi horror section, maybe. But yeah, that's more of a sci-fi for me. If you know, if you had like a DVD rack, you'd put it next to Predator, and Predator's not a horror movie. Let's be honest, and keep it with the sci-fi. Everything's fine then. Um, I'm a punk and like watch scary movies. Why does that make me laugh so much? Um, yeah, true words. No. I'm a huge horror movie buff. Slightly off topic, but thoughts on Memento? Awesome, but you can only watch it once, unless that's in a special box of movies for me. I wish that I had the Men in Black memory eraser, so I could just go, oh, I really want to watch Memento or Lucky Number 11 or just any movie that has like some nuts twist in it that like once you realize you're like, oh my fucking god, of course the pieces of the puzzle are all coming together. It's one of those ones that I wish I could definitely etch a sketch my brain and just be like, let's watch it again. Because yeah, it was a fucking sick movie, to be fair. Oh, I'm sweating my nuts off here. Seven is good. Seven is wicked. Seen that movie, Annihilation? No. Is that a Netflix movie? I can't remember who's in that. Is that Natalie? Why am I doing that? Like I'm psychic. Like is that Natalie Portman on it? I think. I don't know. I'm a huge one. Oh, I was already. Or play scary games. You gotta play scary game. Well, you don't. Are you telling me you haven't played Resident Evil? Are you actually telling that to me? Not to my face, but through the camera. But like, are you actually going to come in here and tell me that fucking mad shit? Are you? I can't believe you, Ziley. Not only have you not got Skyrim, but you don't play Resident Evil. What the fuck, bro? No. Watch them all. Hosted by oh, just saying hello. Zombieland and its sequel, Double Tap, are some cool horror films. Yes, sort of comedies, really, though. I haven't seen the second one. The first one was wicked, though, with Bill Murray. Oh, but yeah, that was wicked. The Conjuring, love that one. That's on my list as well. See, Karma. I went on. I downloaded a fuck ton of like horror movies, but like I was going from oldest to newest, and then I sort of stopped because I can't blame it on quarantine because that usually gives you more time to watch movies. I'm gonna say laziness. Yeah, I'll stick with that one. So pretty much a fan of James Wan's films. I don't know who that is. Elaborate. No, it was Natalie Portman. Ah, yeah, I thought it was. I love Skyrim. Of course, you like Skyrim. Everyone likes Skyrim. Skyrim is one of the best games ever. Fucking love Skyrim. That's always on my rotation. Tell that to Xylee, right? Because she hasn't even got Skyrim, man. She's talking to me about the Elder Scrolls Online, and then she hasn't got Skyrim, and she gets the cheek to show her face round here. Yeah, do your fucking expose on me, Xylee. I don't care. You haven't watched Skyrim. I don't care. I don't respect that opinion. Oh yes, live Resident Evil. Resident Evil's Beast. And Skyrim. Skyrim's the one. Skyrim is the one. Okay, dude, I played the first Resident Evil, damn it. And I'm buying Skyrim in 2 days. You played the first Resident Evil where they're like, oh my god, there's a zombie over there. Get on! And it's all Lego. It's still legit though. I still play it. Although I've got the remake. Okay, dude. Well, yeah, if you're getting Skyrim in 2 days, then we'll be cool. We'll be all right. We'll be sound. Dead by Daylight, great scary game. Yeah, yes, but I think it's one of those games that you have to play with people that you know, and I haven't got anyone that I know to play with. So it's because I very rarely play online because I can't stand having little shits talking to me and screaming the N word in my fucking headset. So it's usually one that I just don't bother with. I usually just play games that I can play on my own sort of thing. But yeah, if there was like people to play with, I got that game, but I was like, this is definitely a game to play with people, so you can all freak out. Like the Friday the 13th game is another one where it's like, this will be better with people that you know. Worst horror movie is Return of the Killer Tomatoes, or tomatoes, as you guys say. There are no killer tomatoes. Yeah, I remember the animated show of that actually. I remember there used to be a time when there was like animated shows for kids, but the kids would never be able to watch the movies. So like, yeah, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, Little Shop of Horrors, is sort of like, but they were played well in the UK anyway at like a time. So shit would just be right after Teletubbies. Like, so it's like I don't see how those correlate, but whatever. No, Shop of Horrors is a sick movie though. Crazy, but I play on Twitch a lot, and I've met people who don't like Skyrim. What? Wait, just banish them. Banish them immediately. Get rid. Who are they? You don't need them in your life. It's crazy. I got the books about Skyrim. I didn't know there were. So you know more about Skyrim than I do. But yeah, I love Skyrim. It's so good. Skyrim. It's between that and what I'm doing, like, because I alternate. So I alternate all the time. Can everyone still hear me? Did that just go off then? Hello? Oh, I think it just cut out. Oh, there we go. No, I have this pop-up that sometimes like cuts it the fuck off then. But I didn't, so I win. What was I talking about? Yeah, so I'm rotating between Skyrim and Assassin's Creed Valhalla at the moment, which is basically Skyrim in England, which is cool. And you can climb up stuff with a lot more efficiency. Resident Evil 4 is my favorite. Yes, I just do the whole sort. 4 is sick. They were looking to do like a remake of that, but I don't think it even needs remaking, to be honest with you, unless you're going to put like even more HD graphics on it. The game stands up. Leave it alone. It's all good. It doesn't need to be touched any further than that. Resident Evil 7 is the one that I played most recently again. And fuck, man. I only play that game at night when you're on your own because it makes it so much better. Freaking out like no one's fucking business. Which movie? Smudge. Oh, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Yeah, that makes sense. I had a horrible B movie parties. That one won. Yeah. I've noticed that those people only like first-person shooting games and don't ever play RPGs. Yeah, so they just like playing COD. So that means that they like swearing at each other and making sure that girls can't play those games. Basically, is what they do. That's just how you can sum it up. That's why I stopped playing COD. Or if I did, back in the day, I would just have the headset off because I don't need to hear any of that fucking bullshit. Like, you can hear the neckbeard and the Cheetos coming through the fucking headset. It's disgusting. We hear you. Du-du-du-du-du. Good, good, good. I'm rotating Skyrim and The Witcher 3. Oh, hardcore, hardcore. Yeah, that's two very lengthy games in one. So I'm impressed, Shayna. Here's the order you should watch James Wan's movies for the best experience. Oh, homework. I'll have to come back on here and copy and paste that, because if I write all that down, you guys will just be listening to dead air. At one point, Warner Brothers was going to make FNAF. FNAF. What does that stand for? FNAF. I can't think off the top of my head. That's annoying. I don't play those games either. No, they're tedious. They are so tedious. Frogman. No, and the only game that I will play like that, I'll be honest with you, is Destiny 2. And that's because they did it for free at the beginning of quarantine. I don't know if it's still free. And everyone's just like super friendly on that, and you all just do missions together. It's not like shooting each other. You're, do a story together, as it were. It's really cool. I really like it. I really enjoy it. But that's the only first-person shooter I'll play online. That's the first game I played online in like 4 years. There's a movie marathon night planned for you. You are welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Karma. Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh, yeah. Gonna make a Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh, really? Okay. That's kind of bizarre, yeah. It's not one I would like pick off the top of my head either. I live the PvP on Destiny in 2. Titan all the way. It's it's awesome. Pick another genre. Yeah, we've talked about horror for quite a bit then, and then we went on to video games. Okay then, so let's go the opposite of horror. Feel good movie, because that leaves it open, so we get to see what kind of spectrum I'm dealing with here with these with the rest of these psychopaths in my chat. It's feel good movie. Okay, so this could be, I've named them before, sort of thing, like, so your Little Miss Sunshine, your Forrest Gump, which is actually one of my favorite films, to be fair. Dan in Real Life. Name one. Have you seen Attack on Titan? No, I haven't. That's one that I'm looking to get into again. Yeah, my list is Forrest Gimp for the win. How dare you disrespect Forrest? No, Forrest Gump is the one. I see. Now I was going to say it then as well. Damn you, NASA. I used to play Unreal Tournament obsessively, but don't have the time to play anymore. Yeah, Unreal was sick. Quake was a good one. The Doom remakes actually are really good. I fucking love that first Doom remake. I haven't played the second one in full, but yeah, actually, they are really good. To be fair, I forgot all about those. So Forrest Gump, When Harry Met Sally, good film. I'm so sad now. You should watch it. It's amazing. Oh, Attack on Titan. I was gonna say I've seen Forrest Gump, but I haven't seen Forrest Gump, and that might be a movie I'm not gonna watch because I think it's in the same aisle as Forrest Gump somehow. It's at the back of Blockbusters. Mamma Mia. There we go. Good Will Hunting. Oh, for feel good film. Yeah, no, I mean I can see it. Patch Adams is fucking dark, man. What are you kidding me? That film it really scarred me when I was younger. So there was like this I guess like a movie club for kids when I was younger, right? Way younger now. So it would have been like, yeah, definitely below the age of 10. And what they would do is they would bring out like a brand new movie every now and again, but then like in between like the new kids releases back then, they'd play sort of classics. But this new movie, Patch Adams, comes out and it's got Robin Williams in it, so that'll be hilarious, won't it? Let's go and watch it. Oh, he's a clown. He's a clown in a hospital. He's making people laugh. Isn't that brilliant? And then his fucking missus gets totaled by that guy, and I was like, "What are we watching, dude?" Like my mum was like, "I have made a gross error in judgment." So I haven't seen it since. I can't watch it again because I know that bit's gonna break me as well. That's another thing. So I just remember me and my sister like looking at each other like, "What? This is intense, man." I thought they were like just gonna live happily ever after. And I guess like this, there's probably a message to it and stuff. But yeah, you don't care about that when you're young and you just want to see a fucking happily ever after. um, I love Goodwill Hunting. Yeah, that's a wicked movie. Tuck Everlasting. Is that a movie? So, I don't know. I've never heard of that. Um, The Pursuit of Happiness. Oh, that's a film that will break you. That's a film that will make you cry because there's that bit when he's in the subway, man, and his kids he's got his kid in it and he's got his foot up against that door. And the guys are like trying to get in, and if it's like at the end of that movie, I was like, if he doesn't get this fucking job right, I'm just gonna go walk into the sea because nothing matters if like this dude who's trying everything, it doesn't go his way, then fuck the world, dude. It's not worth it. Obviously, it works out and everything's fine. I think that might have been the last really, really good film that he did, actually, Will Smith. Because if I remember right, it all went a little bit downhill after um, what was it called? The one with the zombies. I Am Legend. And even that was only half good. It sort of went a bit nuts when other people came into it and the dog died. Oh, the dog dying. Why is all this sad shit coming up, man? The Pursuit of Happiness, yeah. The Pursuit of Happiness was definitely better than £7 as well. Love Actually. My parents got it for me on DVD when I was a child, and I just have always liked it. Would watch it on repeat as a kid. Tuck Everlasting. I've literally never heard of that. I need to at least look that up and see what's up. I'm not getting conned now, am I? Excuse me. Yes, it's a movie based on a book. Okay. I like Semi Pro. That cast is great together. Yeah, Semi Pro is really fun. It's Will Ferrell. Wasn't the dude from Outcast in it? Can't remember his name, but yeah, because he was also in Four Brothers as well. I remember. I'd recommend it if you want to watch a story about life. Aren't all movies stories about lives? A movie that broke me to dust was The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. Yeah, I think if it doesn't, then you are not a human, really, to be fair. So, at least if it doesn't hit you on some level, at least. Sleepless in Seattle, that's a wicked movie. Anything with Tom Hanks, I'll just put that in there. Anything with Tom Hanks, quite honestly. Even Saving Private Ryan, no. Yeah, within reason, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen the Mr. Rogers movie yet, though. But when Mr. Rogers wasn't like a big thing over here, I'm only aware of it because I used to watch a lot of American stuff when I was younger. But like, if you ask like the average person who Mr. Rogers is over here, they don't know who the fuck who the fuck you're talking about. 13 was really well done, but I haven't seen it in years. 13. I can't remember that one either. 13 is cray. I watched that a lot as a kid, and Augusta. They just look like for Shane, you're throwing around a lot of names that I haven't even heard, so I'm quite like a bit like, huh? That doesn't happen like often. So I'm pretty intrigued. You should send me like put in like in the comments like a list of movies you think I'd like. Um, Anything with Tom Hanks and Billy Crystal, true. Except for Saving Private Ryan. I guess it's feel good at the end, but Tom Hanks doesn't live, so it's not that feel good, really, is it? Let's be honest. Father of the Bride, yeah, that's a classic. Also, Life of Teenage Girls movie. Life of Teenage Girl movies. I don't again, but from the sounds of it, it doesn't sound like it might have been marketed towards my way. So, so I'm not surprised if I've missed that one. So it makes sense you didn't see them. Okay, love that movie. Okay, then. So next genre. Pandy man. Um, so, oh, why is it I can't think of like a decent genre now? Okay, documentary. Favorite documentary movie. Let's throw Cat Amongst the Pigeons there. Yeah, of course that wasn't the market. No, I would hope so. Otherwise, that would be a bit like, huh? I don't get this movie at all. Planet Earth, yes, yes. Um, well, anything with David Attenborough, he is a national treasure of the highest order. And if anyone who's not from the UK, who's in here, who's never seen a David Attenborough documentary, you've just never seen a documentary because his are the best, hands down, by fucking miles. And his one at the moment is actually, yeah, it's a bit depressing, but it's something that needs to be said because it's all about how we're literally affecting our environment at the end of the day. Um, the true cost, yeah, Iris, and rings a bell. Karma, what was that about again? Lily V, Cowspiracy, yeah, yeah. Whenever I watch that, I was like, oh dear. I will say stuff like that. It's put me off like eating a lot of like my meat consumption is very minimal as it is. I'm not like eating steaks and stuff, but I mean with it being in quarantine and I'm living with my folks, I can't. Yeah, it's just harder to be like demanding of stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's like I eat what I'm given, but luckily what I'm given isn't like a ton of fucking like steak all the time, which is brilliant. Um, Keep David safe at all costs. No, I've not heard of that one either. I'll tell you one that opened my eyes to. I don't just bash on America, okay? But the one that opened my eyes to when I was younger, well, probably 10 years ago now, and I realized, huh, America ain't that what it's cracked up to be in your mind. Because like over here, you sort of have this thing of like that's the place where all the cool shit comes from, or at least back then. I think people are a bit more switched on now, and like the internet is more ingrained in everyone's lives, so we're fully aware of what's going on over there, especially now. But I had no idea about the healthcare system until I watched Sicko and with Michael Moore. I don't like everything that Michael Moore does, but like that one, I was like, what? Because I had no idea that you guys have to pay for the craziest things over there, like and the craziest prices I've ever heard. So I think it started off with a story about. I think I'm remembering this right. This guy who he was like a farmer and like his combine harvester got lodged when he was like, combine harvesting. And he went to unjam it and, it became unjammed and it like cut like three of his fingers off. I think I'm remembering this right. Three of his fingers off. And then he got them. They were clean slices. He was able to take them to the hospital. And, obviously, if it's a clean slice and, obviously everything's, they say they can, then they can put, attach them together. And the insurance company would only pay for like two of the three because he said like he doesn't need all of those fingers, and they don't have to pay for it, basically. I remember at that point in the documentary, right? Because I had like a bunch of my mates. I was in uni, I was in halls. I had like always used to have like because I had like the biggest screen of like my friends that I knew. So we always used to watch like documentaries on mine, and I had like my room was packed like full of kids, all my age, roughly, and I just paused it because I read the room, and everyone's like this. I paused it. I was like, "Do you mean to fucking tell me that in the land of the free, their healthcare isn't free, man? Like, what, dude? Like, this dude's walking around with a less finger because some little Weasley piece of shit behind the desk said that he doesn't need them all." And it's just like, oh, I could get into it so deep. So with me having Fabry disease, it's just one of that's like the defining thing that wouldn't get me living in America because, like, I know at some point they're going to just decide that I don't need it. Even if I had the insurance, even if I could fucking pay for it and all of this kind of stuff, they're going to decide at some point that they can like alter it because it's expensive treatment. What I get, um, like for me to have it, my case had to be put forward to a committee, and you're more or less going to get it unless you're like smoking fags and just living the shittest lifestyle going, like going against your health. But like over there, some guy could just be like, "Yeah, this is not cost effective. Fuck him. Like he's lived long enough. Ta mate." Like, no way, man. No way could I like ever have that. Leave alone the fact that guns tense me out. But that's a different story for a different day, maybe. But yeah, man, sicko fucked my mind, and a lot of other kids that I knew as well at the time. We were just blown away by the stuff we were seeing. And then Michael Moore's coming over here, and he's like, "What? You don't have to pay that?" And it's like, "Well, we do, but it's national insurance. It's taken out of your, it's the same fucking, price taken out of you. You don't even miss it. That's the thing. It's just gone. It's gone." Like, at no point am I like, "Oh, I've got to pay my national insurance now." It's like, see you later, ta. And now I know that if I break my leg, it's not gonna like cost me the earth. Or if my wife has a baby, I don't have a wife, but if I had a wife and she had a baby, then I'm not gonna be 10 grand in debt or some mad shit. Like it's just, oh, yeah, that is truly mind bending to me. But yeah, I'm not here to slag off your country. I promise. But that in particular disgusts me to my core. Um, Maybe it's because I have got my own condition going on, so I feel that more. Because if someone had Fabry disease over there, then I know that they're not getting the same treatment as me, unless they're rich as fuck, man. I don't eat red meat. I'm allergic. Huge fashion icon in. Oh, okay, but I haven't seen that documentary. Earthlings was so interesting. I turned vegan overnight. Lol. Yeah, it seems like you're into a lot of vegan documentaries, so I wouldn't blame you for that. British Railways keeping Britain on track. I've heard of those. Yeah, I'm guessing you're British. You're checking out. Ask me about Boris Johnson, but British Railways. I'm going Jonathan Ross now. That's a reference you'd know. And what was the other thing that you brought up? Oh, David Attenborough. That was it. Rotten is good docu-series too. I don't think I've heard of that one. Speaking of US healthcare, I went to emergency care because I had a back pain in my side. The doctor pressed on my stomach, told me to take Tylenol, and charged me $600. What in the fuck, dude? I'd have ran out. I know you can't do that. I know it's not based on that. My mate did actually, funnily enough. So he has epilepsy, and he was over when I was over in America last 10 years ago. He was there also in New York, and he's got epilepsy, like I say, like a really sort of heavy epilepsy, and it's brought on by stress. And it's not like the flashing light one; it's the stress one. I've seen him fit out many, many times in front of me, um, and he'll do like sort of like this crazy matrix thing in the middle of the street, and it's kind of weird. But if something really stressful happens, then he doesn't have any sort of control over it whatsoever. And he was over in New York, and he was in a Starbucks, and sorry, so there was this crazy from his description, there was this woman outside. She was like a homeless woman, but sort of like a crazy cat lady from The Simpsons, like "Ah!" going absolutely mad, and she had like a knife. And what happened was that, like, he was sat on a stool in a Starbucks, um, people watching, because New York's going to be the place to do it if you're going to people watch. And he's seen all this madness happens out there, which apparently happens like quite a lot, which goes with any movie that I've ever seen. So, and and then these two police came along, and they didn't even fucking go to take her down or tase her. At least, they just fully shot her in the street, and he was like, "I just saw this woman just getting pumped full of fucking holes in front of me, and I just had a fit. I woke up in an ambulance." And when I got there, they fucking charged me for the ambulance. And they were like, "I'm gonna do all of these, um, they were gonna do all of these checks." And he called me, and he's like, "Oh, mate, I'm absolutely breaking it, man. Like, it costs like hundreds of dollars already, and I don't have the fucking money for it, and my insurance isn't gonna cover this sort of thing." And I was like, "Well, are you okay now?" Because he's older than me. He's lived with it a lot longer. He's like, "Yeah, no, I'm fine. I've been through this shit before, but I just, what do I do now?" I said, "Well, fucking leg it. Just leg it out of the fucking hospital. What are they gonna do? Like, they don't know you. They don't know where you are. They're in the UK. Just bounce, man. Like, just whatever. Like, fuck them." And he did. So, it's like at the end of the day, they were gonna screw him hard for literally just watching someone get pumped full of holes, which as Brits we're not designed to do. Like, we don't see that stuff. That's not a usual thing over here, man. Like, it's not, you know. In London, there's like shootings and stuff. Like, with not like that much regularity though. Fuck. Well, it is all over the UK. Let's be fair, but like, I'm just using generalizations here. But yeah, we're not used to just seeing that kind of thing, and like, yeah, it's just it's bonkers, man. It's totally bonkers. I couldn't believe it. Um, Father Shane, trying to keep up, but everyone's typing. But that's a good thing because you're getting involved. I was so mad. Yeah, so that's where we were before I went off on another tangent. Yeah, Shane, I'm not fucking surprised you were mad. It's insane, insane. Um, and then Michael Moore was coming over here, and he's just like, "How much is that inhaler?" And they're like, "Fuck all." What? This woman I know back in America, like every single one's like $90, and it's like, "Is it? Well, that sucks." Like, what do you want? Like, it's at the end of the day, it's unfortunate. It's the way it is for some crazed reason. Well, capitalism, but there we go. They didn't even give me the Tylenol, bruh. Yeah, but our healthcare sucks. I had 2 children and owe 10 grand. It's madness, absolute madness. Is that why, like, you get people who, like, I don't know, you hear about, like, those crazy births in the woods and shit, and I don't know, maybe that's just a really gnarly movie I saw once, but I was thinking, God, it's almost incentive not to go to hospital. I'm surprised people, like, have all the I'm surprised that's why Pimple Popper exists, and these people have, like, these things growing on them for, like, 15 fucking years, and they're, like, only just getting them done now because someone on TV is getting them doing it for them, probably for free, I would imagine. Like, because I was thinking that I was watching Dr. Pimple Popper, and I was like, I've never seen anyone walking around here with like the mad shit these people have. So, well, yeah, because if it starts growing, you go to the hospital and they go, yeah, come back here in like X amount of weeks or months, or we'll take care of it. No worries. My mate had a cyst coming out of his neck like a golf ball, and he went along. And they went, yeah, it's not cancerous, and we'll take it out in a couple of weeks. Over there, it's like, yeah, it's not cancerous, so don't worry about it, bro. See you later. Have a nice life with that 12-pound thing hanging from your neck. That's the reason I don't take my medication for diabetes. I can't afford that. And my insurance too. It's mad, isn't it? It's just disgusting. It's like, yeah, just how these people live with themselves. I don't know about US stuff. It's okay to be upset about our healthcare. It is disgraceful. Yeah, it's something that I've banged on about a lot. And whenever I've got mates who are like, "Oh, I want to move to America," I'm like, "Get this before you do, bro. Like, understand that if you trip over and you break your fucking foot, some of this, mate, some of that. What? No, no way. What? They wouldn't just sort it. Of course not, mate. There's like people that there's like examples in that movie where like people were they had like people who they'd had whatever happened to them, and they were all fucked up on the drugs that they were giving them because they had to manage their pain. And then they get to the hospital, they go, "This person hasn't got the insurance to cover this, or they don't have insurance." They go, "Right, unplug her, stick her in that cab." And then the cab like takes them to the free clinic. They're not obligated to put them in the free clinic, so they just fucking open the door. See you later, love. And then they're there with their ass hanging out because they got the surgical thing on, and all of these cannulators like in their bloody arms still. Like it's and some of them got run over because they're all fucked up on like morphine or whatever shit they've been given. Like it's disgusting, man. Disgusting. Like it's mad, absolute madness. And people bitch about the NHS over here. I've had nothing but good experiences with them. I think, obviously not everyone is going to at all times, but I think they do pretty fucking well. Like I think especially at the moment. Do you know what I mean? That was the reason my parents moved back to Greece. The healthcare system is ridiculous in the US. Yeah, more power to them in that case. That's like buying an apple for £200. What? Oh, okay. Right. so, so confused by that statement on its own. So, where are you getting your apples from? Harrods? Like, oh, and guess what? They don't tell you how much shit it's going to cost up front. You have to wait and get surprised by a big fat doctor bill. That is outrageous. I did see this TikTok of a dude who was saying, "Oh God, I won't know this. I'm sure Karma might have seen this on or like Xylee or whatever on Twitter, yeah, Twitter, um, where this guy was saying that there are like ways of sort of like every hospital has to provide some kind of like way of helping you pay, but they don't say it because like, obviously, it's not in their best interest to, but if you ask, they've got to, and you know how to ask. I can't remember, but I'll see if I can bring that up at some point. But yeah, it was bonkers. I'm obviously not an expert on that because I literally just saw a TikTok and went, "Oh, that's mad. Doesn't apply to me." So I'm, obviously not going to like let that sink in. I guess. Imagine me providing a service, like say artwork, and not telling you how much it costs, and then bam, you owe me $3,000. Super insane. It's just flat out disgusting, is what it is. My friend is a nurse, and they get like special insurance being employed by the hospitals. And her daughter broke her leg, and they covered everything and gave her 2,000. What, like on top of covering everything? That'd be pretty rad. Um, that's insane. She said it's a thing where they are under more suspicion, though, when their kids get hurt because they get questioned. So nothing's for free, is it really, in the land of the free? Like, we'll help you with this, but, we'll imply some shit first. Good for her, but damn, where is our bonus? I was like, "Don't be tempted to break the leg." Yeah. Um erase. No, fuck, I'd break my leg if that was the case. Yeah, I think everyone would be walking around with a few less limbs, just their writing hand, and that's it. Hey, I'm a first-time viewer. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, we were talking about movies. Now we're talking about American healthcare. Oh yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it does. Yes, my friends have had births. I'm from the south in the US, and it's a common thing, but I went to the hospital and a lot of people do. I'm American and I had a liver transplant and my medication is so expensive. Yeah, I can only imagine with a liver transplant. Jesus Christ. Um, oh, well, where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Where are we? Um, but we are the richest country in the world, though. Yeah. Um, we are in debt. Yeah, I was gonna say. I guess we all have different definitions. Xylee, man. She's the thing is, right? I can just the sarcasm is dripping through that message, and it doesn't take a sarcastic sloth to see the sarcasm. I'm take a guess and say that it costed $20,000. Who's rich? Because it's not me. Lol. It's an illusion of wealth. Exactly. Y'all never met those types of people. There was a cult in my town like that. What, like of liver transplanters? No, it's an illusion of wealth. Okay. American healthcare basically makes Gucci look cheap. Yeah. We have the richest citizens in the world. That's it. The regular I don't know, man. I reckon some of those sultans in Dubai might give them a run for their money. The regular person has not shared that wealth at all. It's like 100 something out of pocket if you don't have insurance. But even if, what, 100,000 out of pocket with it, copay like 64,000. That's mad. I'm sure there, but yeah, greed takes over. The USA is literally the capitalism experiment gone bad. Yeah, definitely. My once a year, my once a year checkup for my surgery is a total of 5,000. Just like what in the fuck, dude? I just don't even. I'm getting stressed for you guys. Like it's just mad. It's mad. I almost wish you could see how easy it is over here. Like if you have a kid and they go all mad and like break their fucking leg, it doesn't cost you the earth, man. It doesn't cost you don't have to go like, oh Jesus Christ, can I now feed my kid? Like it's just disgusting. My once a year checkup for my surgery is a total of 5,000. Oh yeah, I've already read that. I keep saying we are Rome, literally. Oh, Rome, the ROME. Yeah, literally they died out due to inflation. Sound familiar? Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I was like, are they roaming now? Don't even get me started on dental care. Oh well, that's something that well we pay for over here, um, but you can get an NHS dentist, and it sort of cuts the price somewhat, quite significantly actually. But yeah, if you want the good shit, then yeah, you've obviously got to pay top dollar for that. I'm sure some American out there is going to make a British teeth joke now. No, it was a cult. They were really rich, but they weren't really. It was just an illusion. They were all in debt. Yeah. Next thing you know, they will charge you $5,000 just for inhaling once. You get to inhale. It's 10 grand at least. What are you talking about? Like, it's insane. Like, my God. Well, that's it. That's one of the like I could list off the reasons why I wouldn't move over there. Don't get me wrong. I've got family who live over there. I lived over there when I was like a kid, like a very small kid. I lived in North Carolina, but that was just for my dad's work. And yeah, I couldn't. Knowing what I know now, I think when I was younger, I was like, I'm going to move to America because it's like the greatest land in the whole wide world. Because you just literally believe what you get told, I guess, on TV. And then as I got older, that's when I think the healthcare is when I first started going, hang on, what the fuck? Like, is this real? Is this like some madness? And then I was like, could I really relax knowing that like all these mad cunts around me have got sorry, I shouldn't say that around me have got guns. You know what I mean? Because then I'd have to get a gun and then I'd be like freaking out. Because like, you just don't because when I was over there last, right? So this is a funny story. Well, it's not really funny, but it's like funny to me to think that this is like what is sort of normal. So we're watching the news. We're in Florida, Orlando, and because we were doing the theme parks 10 years ago, and just like every other day seemed to be like a young family was found slain in their homes today. No one knows why. Everyone says they were the bestest neighbors in the whole wide world and they had no enemies. They were all found slain in their beds. Like, it's just like, what the fuck is going on here, dude? Like, why are there so many people getting killed in their own homes? It's just like the maddest thing. So, yeah, I couldn't do that because I would just be there, like, come and get me, motherfuckers! Like, all the time. I wouldn't be able to relax. Someone approached me, I'd be like, "Oh fuck!" The police are like, for some reason, wanted to talk to me. I'm like, "Oh God, I gotta call them sir over here as well, for God's sake!" Like, I can't just go, "You right, mate? What do you want?" Like, Nah, mate. Nah, I'm all right. My bad, autocorrect. I go for a shower with a conversation about horror movies, and I come back with a horror movie that is American healthcare. Yeah, this is we're an eclectic show. The Sarcastic Sloth show is an eclectic one. It's a variety show of doom. Had a big fancy houses all in the same portion of town. Believed that their leader spoke to Jesus on the Milky Way. Oh, you're talking about that cult, yeah. Oh, is that the one where they all drank the Kool-Aid? Like, because that was funny. Well, so in a like a what the fuck were they thinking kind of way. Um, yep, Smudge, welcome back. That's a real horror story. Yeah. Um, our healthcare is also no, that's run out. Our healthcare is also in part majorly responsible for the opioid crisis here. Cheaper to dull out the pain rather than get necessary proper procedures done. Yeah, that's something they are pretty stingy with painkillers over here compared to over there. Like, I mean, when I was younger and I used to party a bit more, every now and again you get some Xanaxes in the scene and all the rest of it, and yeah, that shit kicks your ass, man. And then there'll be other things as well, but yeah. Yeah, it just seems like they're more like, here, take these pills, like a Pez. Just have some of that. Shut the fuck up. Get out of my office. Like, you crazy kids. Like, it's ridiculous, man. Yay, Florida. That's my home, born and raised. Yeah. Well, that's the one thing, right? So with my Fabry disease, I never used to sweat. I do now because I've had treatment for X amount of time, and yeah, now I sweat, and that is why I'm all glistening, and I hate it. And you sweaters could keep that shit, as far as I was concerned, because I felt like a superhero without it. I meant that I couldn't wear shorts though. Well, I had to wear shorts even all the time because I would just get overheated. But I went to Florida before all of that, and the heat there for me nearly killed me, like, at points. I was like just spending all my time, because I used to smoke cigarettes back then as well, just like finding shade. I'm fucking dying. Like, bloody hell, how do these people live like this? And you go onto a roller coaster, and you're like, oh my god, sweet breeze, sweet relief. Then you get off, you're like, oh Jesus, fucking hell. And then yeah, by the third week you're sort of used to it, but then you're like, oh, I'm going home anyway, so what the fuck's the point? Quarantine has drove us all mad. It has done, yeah. Well, I'm absolutely bonkers now. Although I guess I haven't smoked weed for a year, so there you go. I do have guns. Yeah, if I lived in Florida, I would have a gun too, like straight up. My relatives who moved over to California, they ain't got guns because they know that everyone around them has a fucking gun. You got to, like, it's the thing. We're not used to having guns. Like, farmers usually have guns over here, or like proper gangbangers. But yeah, like here it's not like, oh, do you want to see my old man's gun? It doesn't happen. It doesn't. No one has one. Like, um, although we do have a fair bit of knife crime in the bigger cities, but that's a different dark topic for a different dark day. Yeah, but it is what it is. Yeah, Jim Jones, Jonestown mass murder. No, this was like in my childhood. So the 90s, and their leader died, and it unraveled everything he had built, because his weird doctrine relied on him being alive, as most cults do. As most cults do. Because they need some guy who's They always say they're charismatic, right, with those cult leaders, but I'm always like, I wouldn't trust that motherfucker if I knew him in real life. No way, man. Do you want to come over and take my test? No, like get away from me, bro. Who are you? Like, absolutely, way too cynical though. Cynical Brit. um, would be alive than Jesus would. The prophecy was that he would be alive when Jesus came back. I don't think he was very good at prophecies then, was he? So when he died, they were all like, "Damn, he lied." Excuse me, and left and went to Mexico. I don't know. That sounds like a pretty cool. Is that a movie? It sounds like it should be a movie. Scientology, rich but probably in debt too. Yeah, Scientology is wacky. I've watched a lot of stuff on Scientology. Again, you've got a guy who wrote a load of shit sci-fi, basically wrote it in people's lifetime, like what they believed as Scientology in their lifetime. When yeah, I wrote that. Everything that it's just all shown to be shit, and they're like, it's almost like right, they've been duped, and they're like, oh no, I can't make out like I'm wrong now. I'll look like a massive dickhead. I'll just go as far as I can possibly take this and become Tom Cruise. No. Oh yeah, the humidity in Florida slaps you in the face straight off the plane. Like it's fucking gnarly, man. It's so gnarly. I couldn't believe the heat when I was there. Like you had like some people who were just like wearing jumpers and stuff, and you're like, how are you? If it was cool for me to just walk around in like my swimming shorts in Disney, then I would. But that would be probably winding me in some kind of Disney jail and then real jail, I would imagine. And I think I'm too pretty for jail, to be honest. So, um, oh yeah, cold to me is anything 70 and lower, though. Oh, you Fahrenheit, yeah, okay. I was gonna say what? Are you are you sure you're not in the shadow realm? Like, I have one too, but also I'm in the country. If I had it my way, it would be autumn and spring all year round. I don't know. I like British summer. It's not too hot. It's hot. It's hot for us. Like 30 is pretty crazy Celsius to the Floridian, saying 70 is low. But yeah, yeah, it's I don't know, man. Florida's just nuts. Like it was awesome. Like I had a fun time when I was there, um, around Orlando and stuff. I went to Manatee County as well. That was cool. I like manatees. Manatees are sick because they're just basically the sloths of the sea, aren't they? Or the sloth of the river. I guess it's dugong is the sloth of the sea. So yeah, I love manatees. They're awesome. If I had it my way, here in London, we kill people with knives like proper gentlemen. Of course. Oh, Tarquin, old boy, do you want to go for a good old stabbing down the old Piccadilly station? Oh, when I used to work in London, right, and when I first got there, I felt like fucking Frodo from the Shire because I was like holding doors open for people and like being like, "Hey, you right there, mate?" Like just chatting to strangers and stuff, and like, yeah, that doesn't wash there, man. Like, it doesn't wash there at all. So by the end of like my first week, because like I'd be holding the door, and then like 100 people are going through the door, and I'm like, "Oh, can I like fucking get through this fucking door, bro?" Like, and and yeah, so by the end of it, I got proper cynical. I was like, right, I'm getting on this tube. I don't give a shit who tries to stop me. Oosh. And yeah, it does it to the best of us, mate. Um, I didn't get the appeal of him. He was mad creepy, and everyone knows he killed his daughter. It's a sad story. Well, yeah, anyone who kills their daughter is creepy as fuck. 30 is normal. I think no. 30. No. What are you, I'm talking about? Compute. Okay. Like 30 is not normal here, but like 30 is like the extreme in the UK. I didn't say it's normal. No, that's as far as my my British brain can comprehend in Britain. When you're in another country, you've got to sort of just go, right, at points I'm going to be uncomfortable, but as long as there is a pool or the sea, then everything is fine. I can get by just fine if there's water next to me. um, but no, it's not normal. No, it's usually sort of between 20 to 25. But like our freaky summers recently, which haven't really been in the summer, to be fair, um, have been it's been like crazily hot in like March, April, May, and then yeah, then it gets a bit wishy washy. Um, here, well, here in Texas, y'all, it gets hot and humid in the summer, uncomfortably so. Well, that sounds like something you can keep. California's even crazier. All these YouTubers don't know how to stay home. Oh, don't even get me started on those tossers. It's just yeah, yeah. Don't get me started. Not opening that. No, just they're all wankers, and let's leave it at that. I swam with manatees, sweet creatures. I would love to swim with a manatee so bad, man. Like they're just always smiling and they eat like fucking lettuce and shit. And like, obviously they're given that, but like, and I find it mad that like the only thing that kills off manatees is like people. Like, because what else does? Like, they're too big for crocodiles or alligators, I guess they're over there. But yeah, manatees are the one. I love manatees. Like I said, sloths of the water. I like gun because they are an equalizer. What with the manatee? Keep that gun away from those manatees, yeah? Don't make me fucking come over there. I remember when my husband and I went to Orlando on vacation 3 years ago, I kept telling him about the humidity because I lived in Florida for 12 years, slapped him straight on the face. Yeah, yeah. That's the thing, right? It's just I knew what I was in for because yeah, like I say, I've been there before and I knew how hot it was. So like you have all these people on the plane over or looking at me for just being in a t-shirt and shorts the whole time because it gets quite chilly on planes. And then as soon as that door hits, you see the people with jumpers and stuff, and you're like, "Oh, yeah, man, where's your fucking jumper now, dude? Look at me, my shorts and my flip flops, in your face, kiss my ass." Um, um, hello, Nat. How's it going, Nat? How are you? Welcome to the channel. I'm not good with all of that. I haven't made any labels. I haven't got like a sloth crew or whatever we're calling us at the moment. So you're here at the beginning. Hi, hey, I do like water. Cool. so do I. Water's sweet. I remember I rented a 6-foot boat, Yogo, to go boating on the Everglades. Nothing but manatees and alligators. Best day ever. Felt like Steve Irwin. Yeah, definitely. That was a shame what happened to him, wasn't it? Gotta go catch my friend's Twitch stream. Talk to you later. Oh well, if you're gonna go like see your friend, then whatever, smudge, whatever. No, go have a good time. And yeah, stay out of trouble. Catch you later. Bye, bye, bye. Later, karma. Bye. Yes, I swam with those two alligators. What? Oh man, I went to Gatorland years and years ago. Right, it must have been maybe like 12, maybe between 12 and 14. But just never seen so many. Obviously, it's Gatorland, but like, there's this part where you go out and there's like this tower, and you're walking along the sort of like boardwalk there, and it's like this wooden tower, and you go up, and there's sort of like the alligators from around the place, not just the ones who are in the enclosures, and you go up to the top of this tower and you look down and all of these fucking alligators are just waiting for you, just there. Like, might as well just have their mouths open, waiting for you to fuck up and fall down. And then the tower is like swaying and everything. It's freaky, man. Yeah. It's like, Just waiting for that day when some idiot is just like, "Oh yeah, go check me with my selfie stick," and like, boom, now you're gating me. Um, yeah, so I swam with those two. I know they're just so gentle and cute. No lol with men, not with manatees. You- What? Okay. I should really keep up with this in real time because I get confused. Um, oh, right. Okay. Right. 2 plus 2 equals 4. I used to tube in the river, and if you went early enough, they would still be in the water. Water, as you guys say. I need to stop doing that. And my father would swing us towards them to scare us. Oh, that's charming. Hey, do you want to fear for your life? Thank you. No, no. Thank you, Nat. Thank you. Oh my god, I gotta say, this is such a good vibe and crowd. Yeah, we're just slothing about. This is what we do. We just sloth around and talk about whatever shit comes to my mind, I guess. Which tends to be very pinball esque, like ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding, like goes all over. The max I ever took was a 50 degrees when it was in Algeria for a family reunion. What? Oh, I can't talk now. A reunion, and even then, I felt like an overcooked crisp. Well, yeah, you bloody would do. If you're a Brit, and I suspect that you are. Although I think we've actually solidified that now, really, with all the references. But yeah, 50 degrees is no place for us, man. No, you know this. You know this. No. I can take it, but just not for long intervals. Like I say, water has to be nearby. I ain't getting in like a car without air conditioning. I'll tell you that for free. That's one thing, actually, that they do much better than us over in the States is air conditioning. We can't do air conditioning to save our own lives. Like, but over there, fucking primo. Like that's the only thing that saves your ass in Florida. The place where we were staying when we got there, the air conditioning wasn't working. And I remember this very specifically because we went in there and we were like, oh, this is gonna be nice and cool now. It was boiling, and so we had to call this dude. We got there late, and he came along, and he was super arsey, um, and he was like super arsey, and we were like, "Listen, man, like at the end of the day, this is like we didn't so say like come over here, fucking slave, and do this for us." We were like, "You are getting paid, bro. At the end of the day, this is part of your job. We're not being mean. It's just like we can't sleep here if there's no air conditioning. It's Florida, don't you know?" And yeah, you got like really arsey, and then my mum doesn't take any of that shit because she's from Newcastle, and Geordie girls don't take shit from anyone. And yeah, basically, he was just like kissing her ass then, because you don't, like I say, you don't want to mess with a Geordie man. No way, no fucking way. They'll fuck you up like. Um, the max I swam with a lot of animals actually. Dolphins, stingrays. I swam with dolphins too. Stingrays, yep, done that too. Sharks, yep. I'm not trying to better you or anything. I went to the Caribbean and paid to swim um, with them. Yeah, so I swam with dolphins when I was out in. Okay, so I went to Egypt, but we went and visited Israel, and this is years ago, before like Egypt really fucking kicked off, and there was these dolphins that they got from like the Black Sea, if I remember correctly, but they were like Black Sea dolphins, but they were in the Red Sea, and it wasn't a case of like you could swim with them and like grab onto them and all of this. It's like they would come into the bay and they would swim around you, and it was really cool, man. I preferred that, I think, just because like I don't know if I feel a bit weird about um, you know, sort of like standing on them and shit. Dude, this delay is confusing. I was saying that I think guns are equalizers for men and me. Okay. A knife, they could get the upper hand quick with me because I'm small, but again, they think twice. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Um, Finally, we have one up on the UK. Yeah, you've got the air conditioning for absolute sure. I love my AC. Hey, oh, cool, nice one, Karma. I live in Chicago. I'm cold. Yeah, it's cold here, but it's the winter and that. It's well, we actually had snow for the first time in a while. Not like snow like you get other places because obviously I'm right by the sea. You don't really get snow in that kind of way by here because I guess the winds just sort of blow it on. But yeah, I'm right on the top of a fucking hill by the sea, and yeah, I can't remember the last time we had snow around here. I can remember the last time I was around snow, but that was when I was living back in Cardiff. Again, roughly about 10 years ago, and yeah, man, I just come from this fat rave. Actually, it was. Oh, that was a night. I better not talk about that one in too much detail, but shit, I was in another dimension. I literally could not live without an AC. Sorry, I'm just remembering what a sick night that was. Oh, whoo. uh, cool. Are you Jewish? Do you know what? Actually, that's not the first time I've been asked that, but no, I know. So you didn't. Last time someone asked me that, they pointed at my nose, and and I was like, okay, nice, cool on, dude. I just can't live without my beach near me. Love the ocean. Yeah, it's the one. It's the one. I wish I could go there more often, but obviously we're in full lockdown at the moment. Alligators are nicer than sharks. Um, you could even keep them as a pet. They are very smart animals. Well, if America's Funniest Home Videos is anything to go by, then if you have a pool with no net around it in Florida, then the alligator comes to you, and then you've got a pet already. No. Yeah, I don't know if I could have one as a pet. I would have a pet manatee though. That would be sick. That would be awesome. Wouldn't even do anything. I'd just go chuck him lettuce, and then I'll just bob around him and just be like, "You all right, mate? How's it going, dude?" I remember when I was walking the trail to get to the dock, and the alligators were like within a foot of us, just chilling, sunbathing. Yeah, well, I think they're quite sedentary, aren't they? Um, but it's that thing where you sort of see them and they like do that crazy. I guess you got to fuck them off, really, haven't you? Really, for them to kick off. I can't really see them because they're more like ambush predators, like crocodiles over with the wildebeest over in Egypt, over in well, yeah, no, it would be Egypt because it's in the Nile. Yeah, so in Africa, and yeah, it'd be pretty pretty cool, I guess, if not terrifying. Call me crazy, but I'll pass on the pet alligator thing. Me too. I was asking because you went to Israel. Okay. Yeah. No, it was just next to Egypt, and it was part of the holiday. It was like a package. We went to the Dead Sea, which is mad because like as soon as you put your foot in that ocean, it just goes whoosh, straight up. Like it's just the weirdest thing. You're like you know it's going to happen because that's what you see it beforehand, but until it actually happens, then you're like, this is just bizarre. But the weirdest thing, right? This is a bit weird. So beforehand, you get like all rubbed up in the like sort of the mud. It's like it has like special minerals and salts and all of it. It's like a spa that you go through, and then you get into the Dead Sea part, and then but so everyone covers themselves in this mud, and then they wash it off, and then they go into the sea. Um, but when you're walking through, like the men and the women obviously go into separate um, sides. Like, and then, like the weirdest. It's just like I don't know, man. It was just a pretty weird experience. Let me just put it that way because me and my dad are walking through, and you just see these like really old Jewish dudes with, like floating because they've got like things to like simulate the Dead Sea indoors in like a sort of like a jacuzzi type area. But then you've just got everyone's just like big old dude Jewish knob everywhere. And you're like, He's like, "Son, don't look, son." It's just such a weird thing, man. Just thinking about it, I was like, "Okay, well, didn't expect to see that." And I guess I did, and quite a lot of it too. Bloody hell! And yeah, from my sister were like, "What have you guys seen?" We're like, "We're not. No, we're not going to talk about it. You don't need to know." um, there's a man in town who has a small. There's a man in town who has a small, and he puts a hat on it, an alligator. Anyone been to Scotland? I've not actually. Weirdly enough, obviously, if I'm being from Newcastle, went up there, been up to Hadrian's Wall and everything, but never actually Scotland. Not for any particular reason, but yeah, just never got there. Not because of your nose. Yeah, that's okay. I wasn't saying that you were doing that, but yeah, that's that's literally happened to me before, so I might as well tell the story. Um, so I was in uni and we were in like the cafeteria area, and this guy was like kicking off super hard next to me, and he was like throwing out all sorts of mad racist shit. And he was kicking off about this dude who worked in the corner shop, and he was calling him, I don't want to say the word, but you know, a derogatory term for a Pakistani fella. Um, and he's like, yeah, this P was just like cheapskating me and all of this. Man, what a fucking Jew. And then he turns to me, and I didn't know him. Bear in mind, I didn't know him, and I wasn't sat with him. He was just there's like a long table, and I was there with my friends. He was there with his friends. In fact, me and my friends were going, "Can you listen to this twat?" And he goes, "No offense, man," to me, because I've got like, well, you can't see because I've been wearing a beanie, but like it goes like pretty curly my hair. Um, and he goes, "No offense, man." I said, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "Oh, like that to me." I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was kicked off so hard. And I was like, and he was shorter than me as well. He didn't realize I was taller than him either. So when I got up, he was like, "Whoa, whoa, dude, man! Like, I've had to listen to your shit all this fucking time, man. You're kicking off this, you're kicking off that. Where are you now, Billy Big Balls?" And he didn't have anything to say at all. And his mates were like, "No, chill out, man, chill out. Like, we'll just go over here now." I was like, "Hey, fuck off, just fuck off, man." And yeah, I was like, "Can you believe that guy? Like, he's just saying that out in the open, like fucking bold as brass. Can't believe that, dude. It's outrageous." So yeah, it's just the way he did that. Where he just like point like it wasn't. He didn't just like do that. He did like a like that. Dude, you want to die, obviously. It's just like doing that to strangers. Are you insane? So, yeah, that's the only reason why I brought that up. When you said that, no, I was joking, but obviously you weren't privy to my experience. The sanity we need in this insane community. um, I haven't been to Scotland, but I want to. Yeah, I really want to. It looks really cool, and all the wildlife is pretty sick up there too. And you guys have like actual red squirrels up there because we've just got the grey squirrels, um, which are from America, funnily enough. And they came over here and they killed off the vast majority of the red squirrels. So that was good. That was very nice of them, very charming. No, and there were black squirrels, but I think they're only in Hertfordshire. If I'm That's very specific UK knowledge, just for you guys who know not what I'm talking about. They probably exist in other countries, black squirrels, but in the UK, I'm pretty sure that's roughly about where they are. Um, and I'm really sorry I can spell my autocorrect hates me. Mine hates me, gets me in tons of shit all the time. Don't worry, King Quinn. Um, same lol, same here. No manners. Yeah, literally no manners. Some people, man. Scotland is awesome. I lived there for 5 years. I want to go to London and Dublin so bad. Dublin's cool. I've been to Dublin with the. Sorry, I'm getting all hoarse. Yeah, I've been to the Guinness factory and all of that kind of stuff. Guinness in Ireland tastes better than it does anywhere else. I won't drink Guinness anywhere else because it tastes like shit. That's the only time I've tried it. Because even then, it was just because we went into the Guinness brewery, not factory, and I was like, "Well, you can't come here without trying it." But I tried it over in Wales, and I was like, "This is tastes like shit." I tried it. I was like, "What in the fuck?" I was like, "Do you like just give everyone the crap stuff or something?" And they were like, I was like, "But you're not saying yes or no." All right, okay, keep your secrets. Yeah. London's cool. London's cool, but it's busy. So if you're not from a um you know a city, then it can be a bit of a shock. But do some reading on the tube beforehand to get yourself an Oyster card, and you'll be sound, pretty much. And if you can help it, don't pay for the cabs because they're not fucking worth the money. You can get everywhere on the tube, or you can walk. It's really not that far in the centre of London. That is. I love the National History Museum there. That's awesome. In fact, when I used to work there, I used to go there for most of my breaks. And then the people who I worked with, because they weren't my regular office, I would come over from Wales. They'd be like, "Where do you go?" Well, I go to see the fucking dinosaurs, obviously. Like, why, why don't you? Or I'd go to the HMS Belfast, which is, um, what do you call it? Which was the ship that my granddad served on in World War II, which was there at the sinking of the Bismarck, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, it's been a long time since I looked up World War II stuff. But yeah, it's pretty mad that I was actually able to go into where because my granddad was the chief petty officer on the Belfast. He I was actually able to go into his cabin, his quarters, and yeah, it's pretty trippy when you think about it, because not many people have that kind of experience where they can actually go into the ship, or they can go into the place where their grandparent was during, you know, what was the great battle of their time, and probably possibly ours as well. Um, that's there we go. I want to go to London. Yeah, there. I know what all I okay. I don't know what all I am genetically. Just the gist, though, not exactly. I would have to do one of those tests. Oh, okay. I see what you're getting at. Yeah. So, I'm actually a bit funny with those tests, if I'm being honest. And it's purely because I've watched too much sci-fi, because I don't want to give them my DNA. And also, I'm pretty sure it's just going to say British as fuck. So I don't know. It'll probably just go, yeah, you're from exactly where you thought you were. Right. Okay. There we are. So yeah, I don't know if it's worth me even doing it, but I think it's cool with other people, doing it, because that for me is just like, that's that's literally just a sci-fi movie thing. I'm like, if they have my DNA, then they can fucking clone me, man. And if you watch The Island, dude, with Ewan McGregor, then yeah, I figured they would selling your DNA at some point, because they're not going to just do you that one little favor, are they? Um, if you end up in the east of London, I can almost guarantee that you won't understand a syllable of what they say. Yeah, London's pretty wild, man, because they've got a bunch of different accents there now. So at one point, I think Americans think that I think they all thought that we spoke Cockney at one point in time, if we were from London or not. But it's really funny, actually, right? So whenever I go to London, America, um, I get British stuff said to me that no Brit says, at least not in everyday common parlance, or who isn't someone called Nigel who's 80, sort of thing. Like, you know, oh, do you want to come over and have a scone? And it's like, what, dude? No, no. And, like, what are you talking about? And, Cheerio is one that people will say. Um, oh my God, that accent is so precious. That's one that I got a lot when I was over there. Um, and yeah, it's pretty funny. It does, the accent does work. I mean, I do have to put it on a little bit more when I'm over there just so that they'll fully understand me, though. If I talked how I actually talk, man, yeah, probably wouldn't get understood too much. Not that it's, like, vastly different from how I'm talking now, but I do overly pronounce things sometimes, whereas we do have a habit of missing out letters, like then letters, um, you know, I don't know, probably because that's just how we are. Um, that's actually a lot of people on oh, yeah, yeah. It's in the terms and conditions that they can sell your data. Ah, I knew it. I fucking knew it, dude. And stuff. They are not cloning me. No, I've watched The Island. I know what's happening. I know what's happening. There's a place where they promise everyone that they're going to go to the island, everything's going to be fine. When there's actually another you, and it's just waiting for you to die, so that they can, or like be dying, so they can give you their fucking organs. So they kill that one off. I know what time it is. I know exactly what time it is. No, no tinfoil hats here. But yeah, I know that they're probably going to be selling it for whatever nefarious reasons. My dad did it. Um, his was Scandinavian.